Today, with the help of Hashem, we'll summarize the Maimer V'Salachti B'Tוככם from Shabbos Parshas B'Chukoisai Mevarchim HaChodesh Sivan Tafshin Yud Aleph, and especially try to explain as much as possible the point, specifically at the end of the Maimer. All of us were here in this world, which is the physical world, the world down here. Our mission is to connect ourselves as well as the world around us to the truth of spirituality. What does physical mean? What does spiritual mean? It's something we've discussed in many of the previous lessons. There's no difference, physical, spiritual. The difference is physical means a existence that does not recognize, does not realize the truth of the godly light and sustenance that is the truth of everything, but rather feels itself as its own existence, a separate existence. That separate existence can even go as far as to go against Hashem, because it doesn't feel how its truth is Hashem. And that's what we call the klippa, the shell that covers over this truth, to the extent of the shalish klippas atmeis, the three impure levels of the klippa, which is totally removed. It's able to even do things against what Hashem says to do. Spirituality, ruchni, is higher, means an existence that does recognize and feel the ultimate truth of godliness. By definition, there are two separate things, two opposite things, two opposite existences. Our mission in this world is that we're in a world which is the physical world, the material world, and in this world, starting from our own lives and our own existence, and then the entire existence around us, we must reveal the truth of godliness, and this is the meaning of Dira Batachtonim, a dwelling place for Hashem down here. In doing so, there's the analogy that we mentioned throughout the Maimer of the two people, one atop the mountain, one on the bottom of the mountain. The top of the mountain is the spirituality. The bottom of the mountain is the physical or material, mundane existence that we live in. We want to bring the two together. That was the purpose of Matan Torah, breaking the wall between the two. But the purpose of Matan Torah was to enable it through our actions, throughout our lives. That's what our life is about. How do the two come together? When elevating the physical world from below, it takes work, it takes a lot of work, it takes all the different tools, all the different preparations that are necessary in order to not only allow our spiritual soul to soar, which even that is something which takes preparation, because it's also trapped inside this physical material world. But in addition, to also take up and elevate with it also the physical, material, animalistic existence that we have. Once that work is done, it's hard work. What's accomplished is that the physical actually becomes connected on its own to the spiritual existence, because it's changed itself, it's lifted itself up. On the other hand, how much is it connected already? Only to the extent that we're able to reach, because it's only us going up. We can only reach the extent that we're able to from our limited existence. Second idea is bring down the spiritual. Draw down the person on top of the mountain, so to speak. Doesn't take preparation. not of the top, not either of the bottom. because it just comes. But when it does come, it's not internalized. It doesn't become part of the physical because it's something fully spiritual that came down onto the physical. It's a much higher revelation. It's something which doesn't have those limitations that there were when the physical is going up. And yet, it doesn't become one with it. There is the third aspect, which is making it one. What's it mean, making it one? Revealing the godliness that's there, that's inherent, that's really there. The physical isn't going out of itself. It's recognizing that its reality is godliness, not spiritual godliness. Because spiritual is still a limited term. Spiritual means it's not physical. And therefore the spiritual can't be physical. Recognizing the reality of godliness in the physical is not just bringing spiritual down, but it's realizing the essence of Hashem, which is the essence of everything. That's another concept. And that's a third level. And now, let's try and understand this idea in the course of our day and in the course of history. And then we'll see the meaning of the words "V'salachti b'soichechem." Let's look at the example that we've brought many times before. Yitzias Mitzrayim, Sfiras Oimer, and Matan Torah. Yitzias Mitzrayim was the idea of the spiritual coming down to pull us out. Hashem pulled us out of the mud by revealing the essence of Hashem upon us because we were so deeply entrenched in the 49 gates of impurity. The only way to pull us out is bringing this superior godly revelation into our consciousness, which sort of a shock treatment to shock us out of where we were. But that didn't change us. We ran away. We needed haste. We had to run away from that existence. Sfiras Oimer, step by step, 49 steps of refining, of elevating, of transforming the material, the physical, the animalistic soul by dealing with it and shining into it the light of spirituality, taking it up step by step with all the previous preparations that are necessary to do that. And yet after that, when the Torah was given, despite the fact that we had 49 days of preparation, there came the 50th day. The 50th day, the Torah tells us, Tispiru chamishim yoim. Count 50 days. We don't count 50 days, we count 49. But as a result of the 49 that we counted, the 50th comes. But the 50th isn't something which is within the reaches of the 49. The 50th is something that comes after the 49 days of preparing ourselves. Then the 50th day can come. And in fact, according to Chassidus, in the 50th day itself, there's two aspects. There's one aspect of the 50th day, which is Tispiru. We're sort of counting it, meaning we're drawing it down. But even that, we don't count. Today is the 50th day because you can't possibly count that. But yet it has some type of connection to the 49. And then there's the 50th day, which really comes on its own. It comes on its own after we've done the 49, but it's totally beyond what the 49 got. Where do we see that? In the fact that when the Torah was given, Hashem revealed Himself in the physical world on Har Sinai. Har Sinai didn't remain holy. Today there's no holiness on Har Sinai. As soon as the shofar blast was sounded, the Torah was already given. The process of giving the Torah was over. God took His presence away from the mountain, and now the mountain, we're allowed to go on it. There's no holiness on it whatsoever. It didn't permeate the physical world. It was a momentary revelation. which came after a preparation, which gave the power to now elevate and transform the world. That elevating and transforming the world is what's done after Matan Torah, throughout history of revealing godliness in the world. Because the Torah was given, now we have the power to learn Torah, to do mitzvahs, and in that way to elevate and transform the world until when Mashiach comes, when it's fully revealed. This happens in every day in a person. Not just every day, happens throughout a person's life at different times, and it happens every day and perhaps a few times a day. We wake up in the morning, we connect to the energy, to the spirituality. We have times in our life when we feel that spiritual energy. Comes a Shabbos, comes a Yom Tov. A time in a person's life when he's in yeshiva, a time when a person goes through a holy situation, a time when a person goes to the Rebbe, a time when a person is in a holy place, a time when a person feels holiness in their lives. That doesn't necessarily stay. Then there's a time when a person works towards feeling the holiness. The general idea of davening, when a person goes step after step after step, from Haidu, Birchas Krishma to Psukkah de Zimra, Birchas Krishma, he takes one page after the other of davening, using it, thinking about it, until he's able to reach the Shemoneh Esrei. But it all came from my limited abilities. How far can I reach? It's more internal, it lasts longer, but how far did it reach? There needs to be a connection of both. And in a sense, the place where it's felt the most, but yet not felt at all, is when we're working in the physical world. When we're involved, whether learning Torah that talks about physical issues in the world, that talks about mundane, monetary laws and the like, learning how Hashem's wisdom addresses these, or actually going out into the world and being involved in eating and sleeping according to the way the Torah teaches us to do it. Being involved in business, being involved in going out into the world, but doing it in the way the Torah wants us to do it. Over there's the essence of Hashem. It's not revelation, it's not revealed, it's not a spiritual energy or light. There's no thunder and no lightning. It's the essence of Hashem, because this is what Hashem wants revealed in the very essence of our physical world. But yet it's not revealed now yet. It's a recognition that we have because we had the first two concepts of the godly revelation and of us working for it. Both of those together can be revealed and give us the inspiration and the ability to work in the world. The ultimate is when Mashiach comes, and then it's revealed in its true full essence in the world. And these examples, this concept, we can see also in a very interesting concept in halacha. Nowadays, the halacha is like Beis Hillel. In the future, in the time of Mashiach, the halacha will be like Beis Shammai. What does that mean? What does Hillel mean? The word Hillel means revealed. In our time now, if we want to feel spiritual energy, if we want to feel a connection through a mitzvah, we need to do what we're able to do and appreciate what we're able to relate to, and that's Beis Hillel, and that's also why Beis Hillel is more lenient. It's what we can live with. It's what we can deal with. It's what our minds and our hearts are able to appreciate. Like the lights of Hanukkah. Step after step. You can't just start with the great light of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Until we get there. And all the like in the various things that Beis Hillel say. Beis Shammai is too much for us. It's hidden, it's concealed, we can't get there, we can't reach it. The time of Mashiach, the halacha will be like Beis Shammai. The essence will then be revealed. The essence of Hashem will then be revealed. The hidden reality of godliness will then be revealed, we're going to be able to have and to appreciate also the potential, what's hidden inside the world. But that still is only the spiritual light that we're able to appreciate through our leading up to it. It's going to be a higher and deeper type of spiritual light, a hidden spiritual light. But still an energy which isn't one with us. Ultimately, in the second era of the time of Mashiach, when there will be the fulfillment of the time of Mashiach, that's when the halacha will be not like Beis Shammai or Beis Hillel. It will be both of them together. Today, and even in the beginning of the time of Mashiach, it's impossible to be both of them together. They can both be true, but halacha can be either this way or that way. It can't be both. When Mashiach comes, there won't be a separation at the ultimate time of Mashiach. There won't be a separation between Creator and creation. The Creator and the creation will be one thing. There won't be a commander and the one who's being commanded and the thing that they're being commanded to do. There'll be one thing only. The commander and the commanded one are one. And therefore, just like for Hashem, both are ultimately fully true, not just in essence, in idea, potentially. Therefore, for us also, we'll be able to have both of them in actual practical halacha. Together. The two opposites will come together. Something that can be realized not even in the beginning of Mashiach's time, but only in the fulfillment of the time of Mashiach, when inside everything will realize the reality of it. That's v'hishalachti b'tוככם. From up, down, and from down, up, will become one thing. Koimimius. Two sizes. Two floors. Not even like Adam Arishan. Even Adam Arishan could only have one. Either from above down or from down up. In the time of Mashiach, in the ultimate time of Mashiach, when it will be the full fulfillment of Mashiach, we'll have both together. And the amazing thing is that whilst the spiritual light, even of the beginning of the time of Mashiach and Olam Haba, are all one where there's a separation because it's a light and energy, it's not the essence of Hashem. And therefore physical and spiritual are separate. The place where that time of Mashiach is revealed now is in the physical world. That's what we say, Ein aroich lecha Hashem Elokeinu b'olam hazeh. In the physical world. And Ein mi doima lecha b'tchias, and mi doima lecha b'tchias hamesim. Because in essence, it's here in the physical world, but now it's not revealed, but it's here in the physical world where the essence of Hashem is. And that's what's going to be revealed fully in Tchias HaMesim.